Everybody, welcome to Mysterious Chicago. Hey everybody. Hey Denise, hey Betsy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man with the torrid clarinet and the even more torrid band who purveys assorted rhythms, all danceable, in the urban room of the Congress Hotel in Chicago. And first of all, one of Irving Berlin's greatest hits, Blue Skies.
Hey Casey, hey Vicky, hey Cindy and Heather. Sorry, just doing some stuff related to this new audiobook. Someone's trying to explain to me how this stuff works like I didn't know. But hey Sarah and Ann, that sounds interesting, Sarah. Hey Roberta. Hey Lisa. Hey Casey and Nancy, hey Vicky, hey Cindy. Hey, anybody I might have missed there? Betsy, I assume? But I assume it is the same as the paperback. I haven't heard it. I didn't even know it was coming out. Hey, Dad. Hey, Bob. Morning, Timothy. Morning, Karen. Hey, everybody. Well, I am going out later. I got an ice skating slot coming up this afternoon that I'll probably still go to. Plumber is working on it right now for the sink. That's why I'm really working from home today. Morning, Marcia. Hey, Patty. I just found out another archive that has some Hoch stuff that I need to see. I called them up. You gotta love an archive where you call and ask for like some old dead people records. They're like, ooh, all right, let's get into this. Then I told her my name. She's like, I've been on your tours. So that was nice to hear. Nancy, they have the audio. The publisher bought the audio rights when they bought the paperback rights. But they should have at least told me. So, in theory, they don't need more permission than I already gave them. It's just weird that nobody told me. And I don't know, maybe there's like a chain of people who should have been told before it got to me. But somewhere the chain got broken, and I don't know where. Dong, where is H.H. Holmes' house? Well, there's one in New Hampshire. Over on YouTube. He had a few of them in Chicago. One up in Winnetka in the north suburbs. Various ones that he rented throughout the country. Hey, Gary, hey, Larry. Would I want to narrate my own books? Yeah, if they paid me to. Only if they paid me. Because I'm all about the money, you know. Hey, Grandma Bell. All right, well, welcome along, everybody. I'm going to turn the Benny off so we can go on and do the mini tour for today. Hopefully before the plumber gets back from the store. So welcome along, everybody. I'm Adam Seltzer from Mysterious Chicago Tours, authors of such books as Mysterious Chicago, now available in audio. to my great surprise. I should be more excited about this, mostly just kind of annoyed that nobody told me they were doing an audiobook about it. There's like a whole chain of command that is broken down somewhere along the line. Also, there should be some money involved. I might not actually see any of it because I don't think the book ever earned out its advance in the first place. Yada, yada, yada. But once again, everybody, welcome along. So today what we're going to do is I'm in the point of my Johann Hoch research where I'm really digging into the vital records, really digging into the good stuff. I've already got, all of the newspaper accounts, which is where most of the data really is. But there's also things like the executive clemency file. Now, an executive clemency file is the file that is compiled when somebody is trying to get a pardon for somebody. Now, in that case, it'll be something like letters, it'll be petitions, it'll be coroner's reports, it'll be notes from the Supreme Court if they took up the case. Stuff like that. Anything the governor might use to consider his opinion on whether to pardon somebody. And sometimes there's not a whole lot in there. Other times you'll find the trial transcript, you'll find diagrams with circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back explaining what each thing is. All kinds of stuff. So, in this case, they told me for a long time down at the State Archives in Springfield that they didn't have a clemency file for Johann Hoch, but I kept sending him more clues. So I know that there was an effort to pardon this guy. I know the State Pardon Board had meetings about it. I know that they collected various affidavits. I even know the name of the high school where they met with the woman who only spoke German so they could have the German teacher translate. And finally, the other day, I sent them another list of clues, and they were like, oh, well, we looked in another drawer, and there it was. They actually did find the Johann Hoch clemency file. It turns out to be about 50 pages. Not a lot of it is particularly useful. But those of you just joining us for the first time here today, Johann Hoch, this guy right here, by the time they caught up with this guy, he'd already proposed to what they thought might have been wife number 55. I've been working on a book about this guy, trying to sort out fact from fiction. He was a huge story in 1905, and it kind of ties into the growth of the 24-hour news cycle and things of that nature. I'd say he probably married 20 women that I can verify, of whom 5 mysteriously died, most likely due to arsenic poisoning. So he was eventually hanged here in Chicago in 1906 after getting reprieved 3 times, based partly on the fact that the guy definitely did not really get a fair trial. Not saying that he wasn't guilty or anything, as I'm pretty sure he was guilty of killing Maria, his last wife, his next to last wife. But it's not like he really got a fair trial. There was some shady stuff. A lot of people really didn't think he was guilty. And basically, anytime Coroner Hoffman was involved in a case, the whole thing probably should have been vacated right away to begin with. But this is what the cover of these things look like. Johann Hoch, murder at the April term 1905 in the criminal court and sentenced to be hanged. So in it, among these things, I'm going to show you some of the highlights here. And of course, over on the Patreon, I'm kind of charting the progress of my book as I find new stuff. Just yesterday, in fact, I found a Hoch really good refutation buried in the microfilm room, where he completely refutes the Chicago Evening American's big long story about how I married 50 wives, his big confession. So this meeting, the first thing you come to in the clemency file is here within the clemency file is this list of this affidavit of a question and answer session with Amelia Fisher Hoch, his last wife, the sister of the person who had most mysteriously died. What happened, everybody? Did everything just disappear for people on Facebook? Seems like a lot of people have lost the Facebook feed. I'll pause for a second here. Wish I had some coffee, but I don't have a sink. I'm getting a lot of messages over here. Okay. Okay, is anybody else still out there? Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody out there?